Hey everybody, today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different to the Harley. I'm going to be working on the little beast behind me. Well, actually a new one I've got coming. This is a Zenhao SR125. So it's a Chinese copy of a Honda Z50J. It's a Gorilla as well. But the Gorilla tank, can't see it because there's seats in the way. The Gorilla tank is a genuine 1980s Honda Gorilla tank, which is it's about 500 odd quid. It's a good tank, so that came with the bike. So that's the only Honda genuine part on the bike. And I have a Honda Z50J 1981 frame coming from Japan at the minute, a genuine one. So I'll be getting that registered over here, obviously tax and MOT exempt. All the stuff off this bike will be coming off it, getting the other one on the road. Then as I go, I'll be buying as many Honda, like genuine Honda parts as I can. For the minute, I have bought another Gorilla whatever this is, seat. But mine has Sky Team written on the back because it's a Chinese copy. This one has a plain back. So I have decided to buy a Honda Stencil to go on the seat, so that will be going on the back of the seat. And I've bought some silver vinyl, leather and fabric spray, so I'll give it a few light coats of this. But yeah, first let's prep the surface on the seat. One slight downside to this seat is there is a slight ripple there, so that might hamper the placing of the stencil a slight bit. Right, first I'm going to clean the area with an alcohol wipe. Make sure all sticky residue or any grease or anything is completely off it. That is lovely and clean now. Yeah, it was clean. I mean, it's a new seat, so it shouldn't be dirty. Right. That's that clean. I'm using a cloth that hasn't got fibres, like all bits and bobs. It's quite a nice solid cloth, so it won't leave all fibres and things on there to get stuck under the stencil. Alright, there we go. It's small enough that I can get it right, hopefully. I should be able to get that nice and centred. So peel the back off. Does that look about right? I think that looks about right. Make sure it is on there. I will go over it with the cloth. You've got to make sure that that is really tight to the fabric, to the vinyl. You don't want any bleeding. Now peel the back off, or the front should I say. Make sure it doesn't take any of that off. There we go. Make sure it's all nice and tight down. Right, for masking it off, it's probably the best idea to just put the whole seat in a bin bag, just like that, and then you can literally mask off all of this. And I've decided to use black electrical tape because it's got a good seal on it and it's a good strong tape. So if I just cut some of this and I literally mask it off like that. So that's one bit. That's long enough for the next bit. I'll try and get that to go to there. Oh God, sticky. Oh, it's a bit trickier than it looks with one hand. Okay. A little bit more on the sides. And the other side. Right. And that's that. Always use a ventilation mask or a respirator, and I usually use goggles, but always use these when you are spraying and have some decent ventilation. I've got the door open and the window open. Oh. Alright, just put the mask off for a minute so I can talk. I'm just talking without the mask on. I'll put the mask on as soon as I start spraying. Right, I've cleaned it down. There's nothing on that I can see. Just double check. Any dust? Right, I'm going to go for very light coats. Right. Mask going on. Right, that's the first coat, very light dusting, and I'm going to leave that for 10 minutes. Right, second coat. That'll do, another 10 minutes. Third coat. I don't really want to go too thick on there because I think it's not covering that great, but yeah, I don't know, it doesn't seem to be covering that great, but I'm hoping the stencil will come off properly and it won't pull any bits off and bleed. Oh, I'm dreading this. Another coat. Don't think it's going to get any darker than that, so I might leave it there. Right, well I think I've done 4 coats so far. Not too thick, you know, I've done a few sprays from quite a distance away, trying to keep it nice and thin. It doesn't to me, I mean this is my first time ever doing it, it doesn't to me look like it's coating that great. But I probably could have done with buying a better spray really. I mean it wasn't a very expensive one, but it is It is. Oh, it's Paint Factory. It is silver. It's supposed to be for vinyl, leather, and all fabrics. Flexible paint. It just doesn't to me look like it's going to come off. I'm dreading taking that stencil off because I think it's just going to be an absolute disaster. But I'm in an iron whether to put another coat on it or take it all off as it is. Leave it to dry a little bit, but not too much. I need it tacky still to take it off, so I'm not ripping any off or it's not sticking to the stencil. We can only hope. Fingers crossed. Right, I think this one's going to be the final coat. Yep, that'll do, I think, now. Next one, we'll be peeling it off. Right, I'm going to leave it there, I think, for this time. I am going to... No, actually, I'll take the tape off, I think. Let's uncover it and see what it's done. Right, here we go. This is not going to have worked. You know what, from a distance I don't think that looks terrible, and again, like I said, I might be able to tidy it up a little bit. Well, if I must say, I am actually really pleased with that. It looks fantastic. I think I've got the positioning right. It didn't bleed too much. There's little tiny bits which I managed to just get off with the tweezers before it properly dried. So it looks pretty fresh, pretty neat, pretty sharp to me. The covering is better than I thought it was, so I was getting a bit of an overreaction before I took the tape off. So I am really pleased. My first ever attempt at vinyl spraying with vinyl paint. I'm really pleased. And that for me is perfect. I'm really happy with that. That will go on the bike and I'll be really happy with it. So I hope you can take some tips from this. Maybe if I had one thing to point at, I would probably buy more expensive paint. Yeah, that paint, it was alright, but I think I could have done with slightly more expensive paint. Other than that, I'm really pleased, and thanks for watching, and I hope that helps a little bit. I look forward to getting this on the road.